And it's been a fantastic day of racing so far here at Supernationals 24 at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, this temporary circuit built outside the Speedway. 24th running of this incredible event, as I said. Beautiful day. Temperatures still in the high 60s. Sun starting to work its way to the horizon. We're going to have a couple of races definitely under the lights. Maybe, probably, I'm going to say at least Pro Shifter. But rolling on track right now, we have our X30 Juniors brought to you by Speed Lab Racing. My name's Rob Howden, joined by Mike Smith here in the Cooper Tire Broadcast Center. We'll take the time to thank our Super Sunday presenting sponsor, Acceleration Kart Racing. Big thank you, of course, to the Alan Rudolph Racing Academy as well for being the presenting sponsor of our entire EK and Trackside Love coverage. It's been a couple of weeks so far. We're not done. Remember, we'll do our debrief podcast as well next week, probably Tuesday and Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday and Thursday. Cole and I might need a day to sleep for 24 hours. We'll see. Let's have a look at the grid here at X30 Junior. Justin Adaconis, Noah Baker is scheduled to start on the pole position alongside Jorge Ortiz, Max Garcia, and Jeremy Fletcher, I believe, on row number 2. Chase Hand and Sebastian Weldon on row 3. Row 4 will be Vinnie Phillips and Caleb Gaffaro. Row 5, Aiden Ingrata and Austin Lee. Row 6, Parker DeLong alongside Cole Kleck, while Brandon Carr and Michael Costello will be on row number 8. Row 9, Salim Hanna and Christian Miles. Keep an eye on Miles. He passed over 80 karts starting at the dead last in all of the heat races. Somehow was able to get his way up there. An impressive run. He'll start 17th today. Keep an eye on the 737. Mateus Arguela and Beckham Yassir on the next row, followed by Julian DaCosta and Cooper Beasley. Then we'll have Max Taylor and Fernande Luke field into the staging lanes, and we're going to get ready to fire them up here. And indeed, we are underway and racing with the drivers here in X30 Junior. Another 24-lapper trying to work their way and negotiate their way first through the opening couple of corners here cleanly. Good stuff through turn number 1 as so far. Can they get out as well? Sometimes 3 wide coming out of turn number 2. Otherwise, everybody's sliding into position. I believe that's Justin Adaconis potentially up top. I missed him at the very top. He was the pole sitter, Justin Adaconis, in the number 718. Able to get the heat race results he needed to put himself in position. Adaconis P1, Ortiz in second, and Noah Baker was third. And we're off and running, Mike, in X30 Junior 24-lapper.
And hopefully these guys are able to do what we just saw in X30 Senior with their elder brethren, if you will. And they were able to get things done with great respect and put on a great show. Hey, we're clean and green here for the first lap, and it's tough to do when you see them going 5-6 wide at the start, going to the first corner, and then 3 on the exit. Great job by these kids.
Again, we'll take the opportunity to say hello to who you have tuned into the show here on the SuperKarts USA Facebook page. If you're on here, please do us a favor. Hit that share button. We want to make sure we extend the coverage to as many people as we possibly can. Press share and let people tune in and see what we're watching here today on a gorgeous Super Sunday afternoon. Again, second lap on the racetrack now here for X30 Junior. Justin Adaconis out to the early lead. Jeremy Fletcher sliding into second. Jorge Ortiz third. Max Garcia fourth. Noah Baker your top 5 on the opening circuit. Chase Hand in 6th. Austin Lee 7th. Caleb Gaffaro and Aiden Ingrata 8th and 9th. And Vinnie Phillips rounding out the top 10. Christian Miles gets 3 spots on the opening circuit and finds himself already up into 13th. Make that 4 spots for Christian Miles. He's only 4.6 seconds back from the lead. We'll see what Miles can do, but what a tremendous weekend it's been so far for that young driver from Quincy, Illinois.
Absolutely. I mean, making forward progress, getting there every single session, and to do that and actually put yourself in a position here after all that work, that's going to be a big payoff if you can make it happen.
But you'll have to see him win, having qualified dead last, come through past 80-something cars in the heat races, and then be able to go from 17th to the win. What a wild story that would be for Christian Miles. But he is digging in hardcore right now up to 13th position. Leaders out front now, new leader. It's not Justin Adaconis anymore. That is Jeremy Fletcher. He's been able to go P1 here, the number 703. Adaconis slotting into second. Chase Hand now up into 6th, turning his fast lap of the race of 47.088. He goes purple. Chase Hand into 6th.
Looks like a move there for second. I believe that is Ortiz on Adaconis. I think we got a new driver in P2.
Yeah, Jorge Ortiz gets by Adaconis to move into that second spot. A little further back, another pass as well. That's Noah Baker sliding to the inside of the willpower cart of Max Garcia to move Baker up to P4. So a little bit of shaking and baking early, but this is allowing Fletcher to get away. Got to be at least 2 or 3 tenths of a second. Fletcher out front.
Before those moves were being made, I was actually thinking this looks a lot like the X30 main we just saw. Drivers all in line, hitting fast laps and starting to pull away. You kind of see them a little spread out, but there's still lots of racing to go here. Still 20 to go.
Yeah, we're just getting into this one. Drivers just settling in. You know, a little point that I'll bring up, Mike, that I'm not sure if you heard or not from Ryan Norberg when I talked to him on the podium. He was talking about not wanting to overheat the tires on the warm-up lap. Now, knowing that he wanted to have that really good grip and save those tires for the end of the race. I talked a little bit about the fact that everybody was starting on fresh rubber, and anytime you come to a new circuit like this, the asphalt is going to wear tires differently. You're not quite sure what they're going to do, but it seemed to me like Norberg obviously very concerned about making sure he still had lots of tire life at the end of that 24-lap race.
Well, and not only that, when you have a brand new set of tires on, actually the pressures are going to rise much quicker because it's the first time they've ever been used. So he's also going, hey, I don't want this thing to come in too early. Like he said, I'd like to have a car that I can use at the end, especially when he didn't feel like he had everything the other guys did maybe in the early laps.
Yeah, exactly that. Fletcher's lead about 0.3 of a second now. Christian Miles up into the 12th spot. 12th for Christian Miles, 5.1 back. And to keep digging, he needs those leaders up front to start battling. And it's Fletcher, Ortiz, Adaconis, Garcia, and Hand now the top 5. Chase Hand able to get by Noah Baker.
The top 4 all cutting their personal best so far. Again, we talked about fast laps of the race. Aiden Ingrata back in 8th fastest lap of the race right now. 46.6 is the time to beat.
Yeah, Fletcher out front by 0.6, as we said. You can see the gap once they get back out to the front here. We'll pick them up. That's a little further back. Is that Caleb Gaffera potentially? Yeah, that's Caleb Gaffera and Aiden Ingrata, I believe. Or that might be Austin Lee, actually. I think that could be Austin Lee and Aiden Ingrata, indeed. Yeah, so Ingrata right there on Lee. You go about 0.9 of a second back to Caleb Gaffera running in the 9th spot by himself, and the same 9/10 back to Sebastian Weldon in 10th.
Look at the fight we got going on right now. That is Baker and Hand all dicing back and forth, I believe, right there. That is for the 5th spot.
Yeah, no doubt. Get at it. Elbows up here. Look at that lead coming through the 6-7 complex or 7-8 complex for Jeremy Fletcher, trying to hold that half second. Already a winner in the KA 100 junior category. Fletcher trying to go back-to-back jacks here. Chase Hand again goes purple on lap 6. This time Fletcher takes it back. Garcia and then Hand again. Yeah, Chase Hand's the fastest driver on the racetrack. 46.490. A 10th quicker than the later Jeremy Fletcher. 1.7 back. Chase Hand's got a good rocket here today from Morrison Performance Group.
And the plus side for him, no pressure. It is over 2 seconds back to 6th place. So Hand is going forward, doesn't have to worry about pressure. Garcia next in line.
Keeping an eye as well here on Christian Miles, as he was about 0.4 faster than Noah Baker last time by. Miles trying to work his way up into the top 10 here. What a good run for Christian. We'll keep an eye on him and that Mike Doty racing machine.
Right now, the leader is Jeremy Fletcher. He's still got that 6/10 lead. I believe that's what we're looking at right now. Is play. He's out front. You can see they're all starting to work. We got to move there for a second.
Adaconis back into the position. Another Mike Doty driver. Adaconis slides it back to P2. He's going to take up the chase now. Fletcher doesn't want to let him get away. Caleb Gaffera's man on the move right now as well. He's got his way up to 6th spot. Remember, he was back in 9th. I think I just talked to him a lap ago. He's now up into 6th. Caleb Gaffera's rolling here.
And he's got clean air in front of him and 2 seconds to make up to try to pick up the Hand, but Hand is still your fastest driver. Cuts purple lap once again.
Indeed. Watching these drivers battle it out here just behind the leaders as well. That is Fletcher out front by 0.8, and there's Adaconis. He's leading the chase back. You can see Fletcher, how much room he's got. Good shot there, coming straight at you as well down the long straightaway here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Again, a temporary circuit built outside the racetrack. Here goes Garcia to the inside. Max Garcia by Jorge Ortiz. Book it. Move Garcia now to P3. Max Garcia on the willpower cart, getting himself up into that 3rd position. Now he'll go to work trying to reel in Adaconis.
Chase Hand trying something different. By that I mean not going fastest that time, and he's seeing the battle going on in front of him. He's going to try to put the pressure on. He just saw Garcia move up. He wants to try to make the same thing happen.
These drivers settling in for the midway through here. 9 laps down, still 15 to go, long way. But you can't let the guys up front get away. The biggest thing right now is that Jeremy Fletcher's got that 0.8 of a second advantage, and they literally just can't reel him in. Justin Adaconis tried it, and of course we know that Garcia's going to give it a run. Everybody trying to see if they can't get up here on Fletcher. They made a bit of time on it there, Mike, maybe 1/10 of a second. Adaconis turned his fastest lap and was about 1/10 quicker than the leader.
It's been about 1/10 quicker for the last 2 laps, in fact. the lead now down to just about 3/4 of a second. Adaconis is making inroads on Fletcher. As you see Chase Hand starting to make moves forward as well. Looks like he got Ortiz.
Gap still 7/10 of a second though out front. Watching the moves of guys coming up forward. We talked about Christian Miles up 6. Cooper Beasley up 8 spots from 21st up to 13th. Further back, Stephen Miller started in 30th. He's up to 21st. What else we got here? Gaston Irazu started 38th. He's up to 30th. So a number of drivers, not quite double-digit passing yet, but at least 8, 9 positions to be able to work their way forward. It's a good run thus far from a number of these guys coming forward.
Jeremy Fletcher responds a 46.5. That is going to be getting a 10th back to his advantage. Jeremy Fletcher stretching it back out to 8/10 now. He is 4/10 from Adaconis to Garcia, and then Chase Hand, as I said, was able to get around 8/10. He needs to try to make up to get the net, get to Garcia.
Yeah, I think that was potentially Jorge Ortiz going back by Chase Hand down in turn number 4 to move Ortiz back to 4th and Hand down to 5th. Yeah, there they are right there. That's 4th and 5th. You can see the gap. You can't really even see the drivers up in P3. You'll get a good shot of it here. Yeah, there's that gap. That's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and then 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th again being Ortiz and Hand, Adaconis and Garcia, and they're still trying to chase down Fletcher. That's back to 8/10 of a second again. Jeremy Fletcher's getting it done here all by himself.
Yeah, almost identical lap times between Fletcher and Adaconis. Now, on the flip side, Garcia has just gotten to the back bumper, and actually Garcia was the fastest of the group. 2/10 quicker. They're about 1/10 and a half quicker than our leader.
We're going to keep an eye on Caleb Gaffera as well. He's been quicker than both Ortiz and Hand in 4th and 5th. Gaffera running in the 6th spot with Aiden and Grada right behind him, and they were quicker by at least 3/10 on Chase Hand, and they're only back by 1.9.
Gaffera, he's trying to get up into the podium, and as you say, the gap is getting smaller. 3/10 that time, Gaffera to Hand. And what we're looking at right there, that is Garcia trying to push to Adaconis. Was able to bridge the gap and get up there, but now identical lap times. They were faster than Fletcher that time. Perhaps a little bit of a push from Garcia to Adaconis to try to reel in Fletcher.
Yeah, good shot of the drivers running in 2nd and 3rd here now. Trying to work together to see if they can't get themselves up to Jeremy Fletcher, who continues to set the pace out front. We got some yellow flags flying there. I'm not really sure what that is for. Again, you can see the sun starting to work its way down. Shadow's getting a little bit longer here. We're going to be under the lights for Pro Shifter, I believe. Going to be close. Still have X30 Master and Pro Shifter to wrap up this year's Supernationals. And fantastic to be back, as we said out of the get-go here. Just to be back once again, 40 days later. The cancellation for COVID-19 in 2020, and then almost the cancellation here this year with all the issues with the Rio, but Skusa somehow making it all happen and putting things together and getting this great race out here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Pretty incredible that we're able to go racing here, and we've had some great racing all week and finishing up with some awesome racing right now. Talking about our leader, Jeremy Fletcher, always seems to be able to respond here. We're about less than 10 laps to go here as we're starting to work that circuit.
That's Caleb Gaffera and Aiden Ingrada. Again, they're running in the 6th and 7th position. They both just went green through their fastest laps, and they've got that gap back down to like 1.4 seconds. Let's see where it is now exactly, closing up on Chase Hand and Ortiz. They're doing a tremendous job slowly reeling them in. You can see them out front there. It was 1.4 seconds, I believe, last time I saw it. Waiting for live timing to update to try to give that to you. But that's Gaffera in the Rolls Performance Group machine, the blue and pink machine, and then Ingrada in the Speed Concepts, white and black and red. Yeah, they got it down to 1.1 seconds. They're definitely coming. Gaffera and Ingrada, before this is all said and done, are going to be ready to battle it out here with Chase Hand and Jorge Ortiz for the final positions on the podium.
Yeah, you look at personal best laps from your top 3, and then Chase Hand and Jorge Ortiz did not pick it up, but then best laps again, Gaffera, Ingrada, and Weldon.
8 laps to go. 8 laps remaining, 16 laps down. Fletcher now leads by just 0.6 of a second. It's come down a couple of tenths over the last couple of laps. Justin Adaconis quicker by almost a full tenth on that last circuit. He and Max Garcia, who just went green himself with his personal best, are reeling in the leader. This is going to get good before it's all said and done.
I like the patience out of Garcia right now. He knows he's cutting some fast laps, but I bet can see that gap getting smaller. It's like, if we can just keep doing what we're doing, we got enough time to make it happen.
Yeah, if it's working, why change it, right? There's no sense in diving by. If you know the guy in front of you is closing up, even if you're a bit quicker, if you guys know you're closing, just give them that push and see if you can't get your way there, because indeed, both Adaconis and Garcia trying to get closer this time by. Garcia was quicker than Fletcher. Adaconis was not, but the gap's just 0.6 of a second.
Jeremy Fletcher with his personal best, again, is able to respond every time. Adaconis almost the exact same time. Garcia a little bit quicker, a little bit further back. We talked about that gap coming down from Gaffera. Guess what? He's right there.
Yeah, let's pick up the Gaffera-Agrada move as they're closing up now on Ortiz. That is a good run here for the 714 of Caleb Gaffera as he's closing up on Ortiz. Still watching this battle as there it is. Garcia has worked his way by Adaconis. So Garcia has gone to second. Adaconis third. The gap 0.6 of a second. And again, we're going to have a battle for at least fifth right now. Chase Hand's been able to pull away from Ortiz. He's all by himself in P4. But Jorge Ortiz is going to have himself a scrap here momentarily, as Caleb Gaffera's actually gone by. Gaffera has got him. He has moved to P5. So great run there for Gaffera, not giving up and digging in and reeling in Ortiz. Now Aiden Agrada will go to work on him. Looking at lap times, that pass held Gaffera up a little bit. We'll see if he's able to potentially eat into that 1.7 second gap up to Chase Hand in fourth.
As you say, pass hurting him a little bit in the time, and we go back to this battle we're watching right now. Garcia making the pass to move to second. It's a calculated risk. About 7 laps to go when that thing happened. Is this going to be the better way to go? They were down to 0.6. Now it's back up to almost 9. But is this going to be faster? We'll have to wait for them to come around to find out.
Yeah, we're looking. It's 0.8 of a second, like you said. Adaconis was quicker in terms of catching up to the leader, Jeremy Fletcher. But Fletcher has not put a wheel wrong, and in fact just went green last time by. Put his personal best lap down, 46.409. Fuel load's getting a little lower. Kart's getting a bit lighter. And those Avinco tires holding on here for Fletcher. A nice 1.1 second lead now. Fletcher pulling away.
Yeah, the first time that Max Garcia takes his opportunity to be the leader of that duo, and it's not faster. Let's see if they can get into a rhythm. You still got 5 laps here to make it happen, but the time is running out here for Garcia and Adaconis.
Yeah, with 5 laps to go, it looks to me like Caleb Gaffera is stalled. He'll be battling it out for 5th place. He's got Aiden Agrada there because Agrada got by Jorge Ortiz. So it's Caleb Gaffera in 5th, Agrada in 6th, and Gaffera was about 0.2 off of the pace of Hand last time by, so it's not like Caleb's going to be able to battle it out with Hand. This time again, about a 10th. He is a little bit quicker than Agrada, but that's going to be a good battle. That's right there. That's the fight for the last position on the podium. Caleb Gaffera in the number 714 and Aiden Agrada in the number 705. That is indeed the scrap for the final spot on the podium. Ortiz not done, but it looks to be like Gaffera and Agrada going to scrap it out for P5.
And aside from Garcia and Adaconis being right next to each other, this is the best race right now of that front group, Gaffera, Agrada, and Ortiz. There's going to be a Hand, Gaffera, and Agrada.
Another update on Christian Miles, still hanging around there in 12th. Was in the middle of a battle here with Brandon Carr. Was into 10th, I think, at one point, but Christian Miles now running in that 12th spot. There's big run down the straightaway for Caleb Gaffera. Holding off Aiden Agrada. And there's going to be, 4 laps to go now. 4 laps remaining in this race for X30 Junior. 2 more races to go after this one. X30 Master and Pro Shifter. Masters drivers on the grid getting set to go. Again, we say hello to those of you who are tuning in. Big shout out to Brian Hallahan from Human Walks Racing. I know he's watching the broadcast. I know a lot of you are. Feel free to drop us a DM. We'd love to hear from where you're watching from. My name's Rob Howden, joined as always by David Cole. And for the first time this year, Supernationals, Mike Smith from Cal Speed Karting, sitting alongside me up here in the Cooper Tire broadcast center. Mike, it's been a great day of racing so far. That X30 senior race was everything we could have wanted. And this battle here has been pretty good as well. But Jeremy Fletcher holding that lead out front, 1.4 seconds. Guys flat, pulling away and dominating the action.
No, as soon as that move happened from Garcia, that was going to be the opportunity. We're either going to go forward or we're going to hold station. And not only hold station, but actually go backward a little bit. Right now, the most consistent laps is Fletcher.
Yeah, 46.4, 2.0 last time by. 46.409 is best. Just banging out 46.4s and pulling away. 1.4 seconds the advantage for Fletcher. Looking to go back-to-back race wins. Already KA 100 race winner. Going to try to do the same thing here in X30 Junior. And look who's coming up here. Adaconis and Garcia are battling it out. Hello, Chase Hand. Here comes Chase. They're going to battle each other down to the bottom. Chase is going to stay to the top. He's going to be right there. We're going to have a fight for second, third, and fourth.
We weren't talking about Chase Hand too much. We were just thinking Adaconis and Garcia, but with Adaconis and Garcia going back and forth, it is now a three-way fight.
Final lap here for X30 Junior, brought to you by Speed Lab Racing Engines. Fletcher is long gone. Adaconis trying to hold second. Look at this over-under coming from Hand. He's going to try to get a better run out of the corner. Can't quite do it. They're waiting to see what happens. No one's making any moves. Another big over-under for Hand. Not able to get it done yet. Final lap. This is the battle for second, third, and fourth. Down to the inside. Hand trying to get a better run again. Out comfortably. What's it going to be coming down the straightaway? Look at Hand. Got checked up a little bit, but he's going to be there. Hand's going to try to push him by. Jeremy Fletcher's getting the win. He's victorious at X30 Junior. And what do we get here? The driver's rolling by. Super close at the line. That's what I'm talking about. Max Garcia holding on to second by 71 thousandths of a second. Chase Hand gets Adaconis. Chase Hand into third. Adaconis fourth. And Caleb Gaffera holding on to the top five. What a good run for Caleb as well. Up 4 spots. Started ninth. Able to get himself on the podium in fifth. It's Jeremy Fletcher, Max Garcia, Chase Hand, Justin Adaconis, and Caleb Gaffera. And again, that's before pushbacks. Provisional results. Aiden Ingrata 6th, Jorge Ortiz 7th, Sebastian Weldon 8th, Noah Baker 9th, and in the top 10 after qualifying dead last after an issue, a penalty, and driving past 80 karts in the heat races, Christian Miles ends up in 10th position. What a great finish to a very tough weekend.
Christian Miles passing more people than there are people in the class. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, great recovery for Christian after that issue in qualifying. Again, Jeremy Fletcher, though, as it stands here without pushbacks, back-to-back jacks here in the junior categories, winning KA 100 Junior and X30 Junior. Max Garcia, again, getting in front of Justin Adaconis. Chase Hand running them down over the last couple of laps and able to slide by Adaconis to grab third. And again, Caleb Gaffera, he and Aiden Ingrata came through the field, were able to get by Noah Baker and then Jorge Ortiz, and then were able to, of course, move to 5th and 6th. Ortiz 6th, Sebastian Weldon 7th, Noah Baker 8th, and Christian Miles, as we said, rounding out the top 10 for Mike Doty Racing. What a race that was. Fletcher for Team Felon, and of course Max Garcia for World Power Kart and Kart Republic, Hand for Rollison Performance Group, Adaconis for Mike Doty Racing, and Gaffera as well for Rollison Performance Group. What a top 5 that is, and that was a tremendous race. 2 more still to come, X30 Master and Pro Shifter. But all we got to wait for now is the official results coming down from Superkarts USA, and then we'll head over to Victory Lane.
That one in the green, he's the one that's won. The one in the green that's in my picture, he's the one that won.
So, folks, dialing things in right now. I got my podium drivers to come and join me over here. We'll get them up here for you. So the guys are ready to rock and roll here with our X30 junior drivers. Finishing in 5th spot today, number 705, Aiden Ingrata. Aiden finishing in 5th. Coming home in 4th spot, number 714, Caleb Gaffera. In 3rd, the number 718, Justin Adiconis. Finishing in 2nd, the number 702, Max Garcia. And I'll tell you a little bit of a little stat here for you. Only one other time in 24 years has a driver won 2 races at the Supernationals, and that was Connor DeFelipe, an 80cc shifter in JICA back in 2005. Well, this guy's done it now as well. The winner today, Jeremy Fletcher, back-to-back jacks in the junior categories. Stay down here with me. Hey, what a way to finish your junior career. Man, congratulations. Talk about that race. You literally just went out and pulled away. Nobody had anything for you.
Yeah, I mean, after I thought I lost KA to the DQ, I mean, I just wanted to get out front and just go drive and do my thing in the last race and see if I could get the win, and luckily we did.
How good was the kart? They were obviously trying to push to catch you, but you just were knocking out 4 after 4 after 4.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dalton Dow for that amazing go-kart.
Well done. Who else do you want to thank, Jeremy?
Gary Willis, the team Felon, everybody under the CDR tent for helping me this weekend. My grandparents, Allison Racing Engines, Brandon Jenkins, obviously the one that built the motor, Next Set, and my other sponsors.
Congratulations. Top on top, buddy. Jeremy Fletcher, folks, a couple of races. Excellent job for him to be able to come home here with another win. 2 wins, as I said, the only guy since Connor DeFelipe to win 2 races at a Supernationals. That was back in 2005. And again, what a way to wrap up his junior career, as he had said before. Last junior race for Jeremy Fletcher, and he is now a double race winner here in Supernationals number 24. Guys, thank you so much. We'll drop those trophies down. 4th and 5th, you guys can get out of there if you want. Aiden and Caleb, you can bail out if you want. There's only 3 bottles of champagne. Let it rip, boys. There you go. Champagne flying. And way to cap things off here for the drivers here in the X30 junior category. 2 more races still to come. We'll cap things off. X30 Master and Pro Shifter, all that's left of Supernationals 24.